Sorry for the inconvenience, everybody. There's no fun without technical issues, right? Hey, Genghis. All the best, bro.
Hey everyone, we'll just get started here. Hopefully they entered me into the battlefield. 735, is that a lot? Is that good? I wish I had more. It's probably my favorite resource in the game. Most people don't like it. Yeah, so they have not entered me into it yet, so we're still waiting. Good morning, Amr. Is that where you are? Are you in Vietnam? Or are you just saying a popular saying or phrase from a movie? I know it's a movie. That's why I asked if that's where you were saying it from. I have seen it. Robin Williams. So I guess we're still waiting for the game to start up, for them to put me into the yeah, still not there, so I guess we'll just wait a bit. I'm just gonna check this mail, so I'll just disable my window for the game for a minute. Never know what's going to pop up in the private mail. Okay, it was nothing controversial. It was just someone reminding us to claim rewards for an event. All right, so it's still not there. I'm just gonna view another streamer's page and see if he's in the tournament yet. And yes, he is. So weird. Oh, sometimes I have to restart the game. I will try that now. I'll log in on my phone and then log back in on the BlueStacks, and that might put me in. It is not over. It is just beginning. Okay, that has worked, so we will be in now, and let's get to the action. I am doing the Continent 3 Pride of Glory is, I think, what it's called. Okay, so it starts in 3 minutes, it says? Is it? No. Those are just messages telling us that people conquering buildings will get the points in 3 minutes. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so we are... Okay, so this is Eagle Team right here, and I believe I am Team Lion. Yes, so I am not on Sir Philip's team, and that's on purpose. I asked, Sir, this is Sir Philip's right here, and some people have said that, and I don't know if this is true or not, but they're saying this is also Sir Philip. That's a city that he also helps out a great deal. Some people would say alternate cities. Yeah, so I am not on Sir Philip's team this time. I'm viewing the other team for you guys, and the reason I did that was because I'm hoping that people will share some battle reports that we will get to see about Sir Philip's, because he doesn't share anything. So we never get to see what he actually has. So it would be nice if there's some attacks, etc., and we can see what's inside him. So, oh, here, someone scouted his city. Okay, so let's look. There's Sir Philip's right here with 490 million troops. Wow, look at this. 80 million of them are T-14s. And my lovely wife is in the background staring at me, not knowing at all what I'm talking about. She's a big fan of this game. She just called me a loser. So these are Sir Philip's buffs. So 1100 siege defense, 900 ground defense, range attack 950, mounted troop HP 758, and then debuffs. You don't really get to see a full picture, but there is his teammate, El the Great, with some troops inside of him. Probably just kind of hiding them for later because... no, I doubt they're going to receive any injuries at all inside his castle. So that was probably just ghosting a few calves. Yes, we all are. Okay, so we don't see any rallies right now from this team. It's quite... everyone's just scouting each other. It's also... very possible that they're the other... oh, okay, I stretched that too much. It's also very possible that they are waiting to see what Sir Philip's team does attack-wise before they start to really counter and figure out who they want to go after. Okay, so that appears to be a rally happening, as we just saw everybody cram into that city, but nothing popped up here on the rallies. But they obviously just sent over here and hit Chile, who everyone was asked, or some people were asking about the last match. He seems to have some viewers. So let's see how Chile is doing, down to 1.1 billion. So I can't really do a power check because it will always just tell me what their current power is. So Chile is at 1.1 and about to get hit, and So now we can do that as a power check. So seeing how they drop. So now down to 550. $13.85 Archer attack. Shada. Are you saying that's what Philip has when he attacks? Yes, that's what you're saying. I just read your next comment. Oh, there's someone. Chuck Norris. Looks like he's on fire. 520 million left. What, that was her starting. Then she might have, or he, I don't know the gender, might have healed very quickly because Chile got hit, and then was 1.1, and then was 550 after a second hit. So it's totally possible Chile healed immediately after the first hit. Lots of people do that. They heal right away because if you can heal before you die, it's cheaper, right? Because then you can save some of those troops at the bottom so they don't have to be healed the second time. Okay, so Morocco is about to get hit. It looks like, so it's in a mine? It's weird that it brought me to that location. Yes, so it should have brought me right here when I clicked on that. Okay, so I'm just going to look at the score now and let things get settled down a little bit inside. Let's see how that's going right now. So Eagle is winning slightly by 800 points. Eagle is Sir Phillips's team. BK the Terrible, someone said that is who will be setting the rallies for Lion team. Oh, Ether Bunny is there, and Putin or Putin. Tourists suck. I'm not sure. Someone in the comments to the last thread said tourists suck is from Florida, but I don't know if they were joking or not. So looks like Karu is about to get hit, starting at 1.7 billion, and Karu is receiving some reinforcements. Someone just pulled. Okay, here comes the attack. So not sure why people pulled their reinforcements. They would have. So maybe it was canceled. Oh, there, it just landed. So he lost only 100 million points there. He was 1-7. Now he's 1-6. So that was a very good defense. So Vorsky, the Alliance tabs shuffle, but whatever has the most amount of people involved or the highest amount of troops shoots to the top. So I don't like to scroll down because whatever is filling goes right to the top automatically. It would be so hard for me to follow this, right? Like, oh, where's that going? Because it just doesn't. I'm on a computer using a mouse, so it's not the same as there's a rally. I'll try to catch it in here, and it looks like it's this one. So 6 billion. Okay, so they just hit a 6 billion player, and they took 900 million off of her. So if I was on my phone or a tablet, I agree. I could just slide right over, but that just doesn't work for live streaming in this regard, where Evony wants us to have this template up and the chat and my face up here. So if I just was on my mobile, then yeah, then I would absolutely do exactly what you're saying. This one's filling as well. Looks like they're going right back over to Angel. That's exactly where we are, so I could just click out. And they hit again. So it was 6 bill, then 5.1, and now 4.2. So I think Angel is just going to keep getting hit. Maybe they're going after, they just think it's weak. They see low buffs and they think they could just crush it. And 6 billion is, that's a lot of points available to your team. 6 billion is basically going to be just over 6,000 points. So if you could zero that person, and I would guess that this person has very low buffs, and that's why they're going after her. Because to take a 6 billion down to 5.1 in one hit is very rare. Usually they'd only go down about 400 million. Yeah, one archer march out shouldn't make too big of a difference, especially when if you're 6 billion, like I'm 2 billion and I have 50 million troops. So she has to have somewhere around 120 to 180 million troops. So one march of 2,000 troops gone isn't going to be that big of a deal. Okay, so I'll see if there's any reports up. Okay, here we go. An attack led by Sir Philip. Perfect, so we can see his buffs. And there it is, 1354 archer attack, 900 defense, 10 defense, 865 HP for Sir Philip. That is very good. And 1354 will vary a lot depending on, are they holding the Blessing Tower? Maybe Philip doesn't care to use a certain buff. Maybe he's not using the 50% buff anymore. Maybe he's down to the 20%. Maybe he, some people saved. I have some 50% buffs that I do not use. I'm saving them for special occasions. So I just use the 20% all the time. And sometimes if I'm cheap and I don't think that it really is that important of a thing that I'm doing, so like if I'm rallying bosses or whatnot, I'll just use the 10%. Even, I don't know why. I have 1,500, 2,000 of the 20%, but I don't know why. I just kind of, the purple 10% annoy me, so I want to get rid of them. Well, we can just look. No, we cannot look at Angel. We can't get a scout on her because she's on our team. So here's what Chile looks like. They've scouted Chile. Oh, it would have been Archer with, yeah. People don't really send mixed rallies. It would have been all archers. So Chile has 37 million troops. And a lot are down in the T1 to T4 area. So my build, my troops are almost all even. So I have about 1 million like this, but then I have 700,000 to 900,000 of everything else all the way up. I'm very evenly built. And Chile just got hit again. Yeah, so 1.6. So Chile was larger than that. Let's see who did a solo there on Chile. So it was Top Shot. Probably saw some horses or something that they wanted to attack. Yeah, Electra's only used for archers. She does have a mounted skill, but people use that at the start of the game, and then if you're a top player, you immediately switch her over to archer once you're ready. So nothing appears to be filling up in the rallies. So people are probably soloing each other at this point. So let's... Or they're waiting for their troops to return. So let's take a look at the scoreboard quickly. So there's Chile in second. Senor Felipe has moved up into third, and BK the Terrible has dropped to fourth. So yeah, so with Simeon, Alfred, all those archer generals, you might add. So you have your typical layers, obviously, and then after that, you would have for me, I'm about 2 or 3% siege, and then like 95% archers. Some people do about 12% of a different troop. So if you're archers and they're weak against ground, you would have that 12% as mounted to fight the ground. I used to do that. I'm now experimenting with not doing that and doing just archers and a little bit of siege. And I'm not noticing too much of a difference. So I'm going to keep doing that for a little bit longer and then kind of compare and see if it was worth it or not. So let's see the new power level down to 1.2. I believe it was 1.6 to start. Waggy Monster, I'm not sure. I don't know all the names that are in here. So you could go into your game and look at the teams and see which stream Waggy Monster is on. That's easier than me figuring it out because I only have access to one team other than the scoreboard. But we can look at the scoreboard now quickly. I feel like Waggy Monster is larger. Like I feel like he's a C1 player. I think I've seen him over there before because he's not in here. Yeah, I think I've played against Waggy Monster before, you know, on Continent 1. Or maybe I live streamed him on Continent 1. Okay, so I'm just going to go into the rewards and see. So we could just take a look at what these players are playing for right now. I believe that they all receive the exact same reward for making the finals. So final rewards. So every single player, they're playing for these, which is basically just your typical breakdown that you get in any regular battlefield or in Chalons. They're all playing for that. So they all want to get their score, but then their total ranking rewards. So first place will get first place will get, yeah. So the only difference is a few more chests of stuff between 1 and 2, and then 6 to 15 will still get all this other really nice stuff. And 16 to 25, they're still getting the castle. 26 to 50, still getting the castle and the dragon egg and the shadow. That's all anybody really cares about here. Where here, you don't get the castle anymore. And the people who didn't make it out of the first round don't get the dragon egg. So everyone wants the dragon egg. And once you get that, the castle is a bonus. And it looks like only... So you got to be top 15 to get the Queen March. The Egyptian Queen March. Which doesn't give you anything. It's just a march. So, looks cool. Just going to catch up on the chat a little bit. Yeah, so Amir, just like Sandune and Picasa Fox have said, T12 always get the most kills. So it has nothing to do with HP being off or anything like that. Basically, what ends up happening when you have T13s and T14s, they just become meat shields and they absorb all the damage when the 12s can keep killing. So, does not appear to be any rallies right now. Oh, there's maybe one. There's 2 people in it, but it could just... Oh, here we go. They are going to be rallying Hernaken. He is sitting at 1.1 billion right now. Let's see how this ends up. So, Psychofox, you were in All-Stars and got the dragon? Is that what I'm piecing together here? Looks like King Kong is going to be getting hit. He's at 2.7. And let's see what he's at now. 2.4. Looks like he just took a second hit right after. They did back-to-back hits. First one was Siege, I think. Second one was Archers. Yeah, it looks like he didn't lose anything on the second one unless it's really delayed. Yeah, it looks like that second one really was weak. Yeah, you know what? It's all about the dragon. The city, the keep, is cool. Definitely. Plus, it has some buffs like 10%, 5%. So those are always cool, right? You can never get enough of those. But the dragon is the bigger deal. It is a ground dragon. So King Kong is an attacker. So you want to see an attack report with King Kong, and I'll just check. King Kong, is he on the other team? You know, it'll be very hard for me to look through the reports and find Okay, so here is Sir Philip attacking again, with this time with Scipio. 1158 attack. That is humongous. That's bigger than most people's archers. It's bigger than my archer. And very nice defense and hit points as well. I'll look quickly, see if there is a King Kong in here who attacked with Sir Philip, but it's very difficult for me to really look through. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to look through these because it's just way too many layers and whatnot to look. Yeah, so it looks like Sir Phillips goes with 100. Actually, you know what? I will go up just to see. So Sir Phillips has layers of, looks like 1,000. All up and down. And then let's just see what he does at the top end. Does he... Yeah, so he's kind of doing what I'm doing. 1,000 of everything if it's not the main thing troop. And he actually doesn't do much on siege either. I think that was a... Was that not a... Okay, it was a solo, so we can look at his sub power. Sub city power, 1 million. 100 million. Total troops, 500,000. And they actually killed 240,000. Sure. I thought it was a rally. But yeah, let's look at his subs. And the thing is, his subs are probably half dead too, right? Because he's been playing for a bit and attacking. Yeah, so these are his subsidies. And yeah, see, I've seen reports of him with 100,000 subsidy troops. Yeah, this is just crazy to see. T14s in the subsidies. Wow. Okay, so I actually just want to see one more thing on his... Does he... So he has 400,000 T14s. Then he has 1.2 million T13, and T12 500,000. Interesting. So he layers differently than most people. It could be because he has all those 14s as well. 1.4 billion right here, and he's about to get hit. Yes, Vorsky, that's what I was looking at as well. But he did not use 60% T12s on that hit. He used probably 60% T13s. Yeah, so Santosh or Kumar, same thing on, or probably about half already have the dragon. Because you're right, it is kind of the same people all the time. So scoreboard, sure, let's look. Sir Philip has taken over first place. Yeah, Amira, you will see lots of fake rallies. For me, it's very hard for me to tell just from looking at this rally tab what is a fake rally and what's not. If I'm watching the game, like if I'm watching this screen right here, I can tell usually which rally is real and which one is fake. It depends though, if the team is good or not. So there's a couple ways that it can go. Sometimes a team will set two rallies at the same time, and you'll see one where people kind of just march into it slowly or don't join. And then the other one, everyone's racing and speeding to get into it. And that's the real one. And then some teams will so it's 1.1 billion right now. And some teams will leave one hanging for a while so it's always there, and then that will be either a real or fake one. You can't tell. Okay, so Kingly has just been zeroed. Yeah, so usually teams that are outmatched, or they will play defense because it's easier to play defense. I know the last alliance I was in, they tended to be a little slower on the offensive side and more of a defensive alliance. $1.2 And let's see what happens. Yeah, I can look at that in a second. Just let's see this rally. So it looks like got hit with 2 rallies, 1.2. Must have healed very quickly. Oh no, these are just reinforcements being pulled out, so it was called off the rally. Okay, let's look up for Bina's score. Mbina. So in 19th place right now with 2,000 points. And top 10 is 2,900. So not that far off, but a little bit off though. We'll have to find some sort of attack or defense that gets some points quickly though, or else they'll fall behind. So it doesn't seem to be any rallies right now. Let's look up at the member powers. Can you see your friend CCIE? I remember them from the other round. Right there. 18th place with almost 2,200 points. So, all for you viewers, are most of you Continent 1? That's why you're watching this one? Or are you checking in on Sir Phillips? Okay, so there was 2 rallies filling in. One is on Chile. So it looks like Chile's not the one who's going to be getting hit, and Kerr is the one getting hit. So Kerr is at 1.2 billion and is now 630 million. I think they're going to be coming back quickly to finish him. Vorsky, yes, that appears to be what's happening. And Lucas, no, they just can't. Like, so here's an example. I was on Continent 2 and we merged with Continent 1, And there is a big difference. So we merged, and we were only a year and a half old, and we merged with people who were 5 to 6 years old. And just the amount of debuffs they have and the troops, like, it took me, we merged, I actually know the day we merged. We merged February 25th. It was my daughter's, I had a newborn baby that day, and that was the day we merged. Anyways, we're now in August, and I'm just now at the point where now I feel like, yeah, I'm equal with anybody. I can go into SVS, go play. I don't have to worry about getting hit too hard. So that's what, 6-7 months it took me to catch up like that. So it just would not be fair if they matched up C1 and 2 and 3 in some sort of super match. C1's just always going to win. Even Philip, if he went to Continent 1 right now, he'd maybe have the best account because of those subs. I think because of those subs, it would give him a real shot. But the things that he wouldn't have would be some of the refines. Like, some of those guys on C1 have 24% refines on every single type of general. So 1.8 billion. And that's something that I just don't think Philip has. He obviously has a very good Scipio, and his Electra is very nice. But I would guess he has had no need to have a really good mounted boss or siege boss. But I'm sure he could get them just like that, right? Like, I'm sure. But the rest of his server would be behind as well, or the people that would be with him in this mythical all-star matchup. Oh, 300 points, Zach, that sucks to miss by that. Ether Bunny. Ether Bunny seems to always be a target. 922 million right now. And by Jade, good morning from Vietnam. Amir will be happy to hear that. Amir said good morning to Vietnam earlier. And Ether Bunny, 870. I think Ether Bunny healed before that hit. I thought she was lower. Yeah, so anyone who doesn't know, hasn't seen some of the videos on my channel, you can look through my past videos. Lots of good information there. But one thing you can also do, something that will help you out, right above my video here, right above my face, there is a website, www.liena.be. A friend of mine made that website, and it has every calculator you need in the game. So to count up your resources, to count up your speed ups, to figure out what your debuffs are at, what your attacks are at. It has everything you could imagine to plug in there and have some fun and make some plans for your city. It's a great website. Didn't make the cut, eh, Chan, in round 2 with Sir Philip? Yeah, it seems everybody's just praying to be on Sir Philip's team all the time. Let's take a look at the scoreboard and see if Sir Philip's team is winning. They are actually losing right now by 10,000 points. No problem, men. If you guys ever have requests, anything you want me to do a video on, you can find me in game, send a message, leave it in the comments, and I'll do my best. Okay, so no rallies at the moment. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, Vorsky, funny you say that. I have the belief that in Battlefield, I have a lot of horses, and some people ghost them and hide them. I don't. I leave them sitting there, and they're sort of like, a lure. They're attractive to people to hit me. So I get lots of points in Battlefield because people want to come and try and kill my horses. And I have very good siege defense and ground defense. And I just, I usually do very well on the point trade-off. And yeah, my horse are going to die. But so what? It's Battlefield and all your troops should die. I'd love to leave every Battlefield with 0 and get the most amount of points I could. Score, Chan. It would be score. Otherwise, only the winning team would get it. Yeah, Picasso Fox. So I think the same thing. So if I was in All Stars, I'd be trying to snag those points after as well. If I'm a small guy comparative to everybody else, I might not join the first round of attack and then really hope to get in the second one when the person's weaker. That would be a strategy that a small player would do. Did you notice people trying to race in to get those after kills when the person might only have 250 million left? Was that a competitive area trying to get in there? So I saw a rally coming up there, but oh, this one was filling. Yeah, there we are. So he's at 1.7 billion. And he just got hit. Those rains were a little late. And he's now at 1.2. Let you see Gemini right after we finish here, because I think they might be going for a second attack on that player. Thank you. I was watching a little bit of, do you guys know Devon, the Indian YouTuber for Evony? I was watching some of his stream, and he does a very good job as well. Oh, thank you, Valeria. Kinda. Older now. 42. Should have seen me just a year ago, before I had a kid. I looked 27. Now I look 50. So we'll try and look at the scoreboard. You guys can see all the people that you are watching. people you're trying to see. You guys are all throwing up a few random names, so I'll just go through the whole list and you can try and see your friends or the people on your servers. Yes, Devin Bayani. Yes, I like his videos. He does lots of good stuff. Raja. Not sure if I've seen his streams. Miser is very good. Miser's doing a weird thing right now. Not weird, but just I believe he's started a new keep and he's doing like a video for every level. So like when you're keep 12, what do you need to get to keep 13 and that sort of stuff. So 4.9, I'm not sure if Angel's the one getting hit or not here. It kind of disappeared on me. Valeria, what server are you on? Yeah, it's his Keep series. Yeah. I'm not interested yet. He's at the very low levels. I think he's still at like Keep 17 or 18 or something, but once he starts to get a bit higher, I'll pay more attention and watch. What do you mean they are very lengthy? Is Miser streaming right now? I didn't see him do the first 2 rounds. Oh, his videos, yeah. Yeah, 10 to 15. I like 10. 10 is perfect. But sometimes it's 7 or 8. Sometimes it's 5, and I don't really care, you know? If it only took me 5 minutes, great. But ideally 10 is a very good number. 551 and before 467. A server hopper. Should hop over to my server. Okay, so Ragavash just got soloed by Angel. And people are just rushing in those defenses. So I don't know who it was who said it earlier. Let me guess. Eagle will attack and Lion will play defense. Yes, Lion will attack, Eagle will play defense. And yes, that appears to be what's happening there. Schizo. Yes, I saw him. Both rounds, I think I streamed him. So he's at 3.4. Let's see if he does indeed get hit. Look. Oh, here it comes. It looks like people pulled their rein. Oh, that's a scout. So everyone pulled their reins because they probably canceled the rally. And they're doing a re-scout. You like my music? You mean the intro music? And yeah, Devin's videos, he goes very in detail. He also streams their battlefields, I believe. So could be some stuff to watch in there. Okay, so it looks like they're going to go after Psychox again, and the rains are going to start pouring in. He's at 3.4 billion, and here comes the attack. And they got him down to 3 billion. So they took 400 off of him. So this was Shizo, if that's who you mean. And yeah, my intro music, I actually had a subscriber. He played in the first round of All Stars. He actually made it for me. He actually lives right near me in real life. We're both from Toronto, but I have never met him. But he lives, I know where the neighborhood he lives in, he told me. Yeah, we'll see how Sir Phillips does. 7,000 to 7,700. Yeah, it sucks. Amir, I'll answer you in a second. So the other team is not really attacking, they're just playing defense. So when I encounter that in Battlefield, so our last Battlefield, just before we all took a break because of All Stars, we were playing a team who wouldn't do anything, and I was the largest player, and they wouldn't do anything to us. They were all just sitting there playing defense. So I just said, okay, let's pack the Knights Hall. Right? It's a tie game. Let's just pack the Knights Hall, and we'll get all our points. And their smaller people will get torn apart by the Knights Hall, and they'll force action. It'll make them have to come and get it. So we just stacked the Knights Hall and the castle, Constantinople, and started getting the big points, and then they had to start attacking us. But I think Philip's team right now has attacked too much, and now they're 10,000 points back, and they can't do anything like that. And there's no Night Hall here, but they could just stop attacking and just say, attack us. But they can't now because they're behind, because the other team would just say, okay, we're cool with a 10,000 lead. So Amir's question, what did I do when I was building? Let me just read it again. Yeah, so Amir, so two things. One, my brother is also kind of in that industry as well, and he told me the exact same thing about the timing of the videos, and he said that one of the most important things is for people to watch half the video. If they watch less than half the video, you kind of fall out of the algorithm. So you want a perfect timing that has people watching the full video. So, as for your other question, what did I do when building? I just went straight to 35. I did not stop at 33. I stopped at 25. I didn't really stop, but like I got there and started making troops. And then I got really good advice from a teammate, and he said, "Why are you making troops? I do all the rallies in the alliance. Just join my rallies. Let me rally for you. And just save everything and build." And I did that, and it really paid off. And I went right to 35, and they just zeroed cyber. Vorsky, that is really funny. I don't know why someone would use a fake Facebook as their real Facebook. Did he not already have a real Facebook? All right, people just dropping those gamer IDs, eh? Schmales, eh? Are we missing an E in there in between H and M? Yes, bang gang. Oh, missed that Avenger. That's who there. Yes. So it looks like he is basically zeroed. So Min, did you see my video on how to get stamina? Yeah, so Amir, so Schmales, that is, there is not an E in between H and M? That's your name, Schmales? Or... Okay, it's a family name, but you understand the joke I'm making? And Amir, yeah, so I could not participate in SVS for a few months, except sometimes, you know, periodically it might work out where I have very low resources and then I could participate. But for the most part, I couldn't participate because I was always holding a lot of resources. So Schmales, if you look at the spelling of your name that you say is your last name, if you put an E in as the third letter, so after the H, if you added an E, that was what my comment was if you were misspelling your name. Raymond, selling their subs. Okay. Yeah, I get asked for stuff in game all the time from people, and I don't know. I don't run out of stamina, and I go through 200-300 rallies a day easily, and I don't run out. So there's ways to get stamina in game for free. You just have to pick what rallies you want to do. Like, I don't join every rally. So 1.2 billion. So, like, for example, lost 400 million there. If anyone rallies a night, I don't join night rallies. I don't like them. I don't like what they pay off. Golem ones or turtle ones, things like that, I generally don't join either. And B1 to 8, I don't join unless it's like right beside the hive. Yes, Valeria, every single person here is going to win the big castle. So when you make semifinals, you get the dragon, and then when you make the finals, you get the big keep. And only the top 10 or 15 will get that march that you see, the Egyptian Queen march, where it's like a fireball and a circled chariot. Yeah, so Vorsky, ever since they added Vikings to the game, it's made knights useless. There's no reason to attack them for gold anymore. And they don't give enough resources. They don't give any prestige. I don't know what people like about them, but people rally them all the time. People just love to say, I can rally that 59 million power. Yeah, witches and warlords. Those are my two favorite. So we just had a mini boss war on my server between my alliance and my old alliance, and it only lasted like 24 hours. But it's only Golem, so I didn't care at all. I don't care. But if that was going on during Witches or Warlords, yeah, it would have got really ugly really fast. Because everybody likes those. Everybody would have been porting around and stealing them, and people would have got very upset, and I'm sure tiling would have happened. But it only lasted a day, and then I guess cooler heads prevailed. Hopefully there's a rally soon. Valeria wants to know if I could show Shizzos. Yeah, I'll try and I'll go to the scoreboard now because it's hard for me just to find someone's. Actually, he was one of the big keeps, wasn't he? He shouldn't be too hard to find. We just saw him get hit right here. Here he is, and then we'll look at the scoreboard. So he's at 2.7, so he's lost a lot. And let's look at this scoreboard and see how he's doing. So he's in 8th place, so he's doing very well. He's over 5,000, and he can move up. Like 7th place is almost tied with him. It will be individual scores, Soul Zach. Yeah, so Hydras. I'll tell you the best thing about Hydras. And it's Hydra 2 and 3. They give waybills for your alts. So then you can use those waybills to send stamina from your alts to your main. That is what Hydras are basically for all the experienced players. Like lots of people use their alts. They only join rallies if it's witches, warlords, or hydras. And hydras is just about getting those waybills. Yeah, Amir, it's also lots of people use the regular castle because they just want to be able to fit in a small place. So like, for example, here's Sir Philip. I want to get beside him to be close to the guy who's making all the rallies. If there's only a small space to get in there, like right here, I need a small keep. I'm not going to be able to get a big keep right beside him. Plus, people want to look small, and you want to look like an attractive target because you want to get hit for points. Yeah, so Lucas, you're getting gold and buying resource. I used to do that. Now I think it's just better to let the alts only hit witches and warlords and just farm the rest of the month. And I will get, a couple billion a month of each resource from witches and warlords on one city. And some people have 10, 15, 20 alts. So you can do the math on what some people are getting. I am not one of those players with that many, but some people, like there's some alliances who will have 30, 40 alts and they share them and they just share all the resources. Yeah, sea bags are amazing, but they are so rare. I never get them. So I'll look at the map right now for the buffs, but oops, clicked the wrong thing there. I accidentally went into my city. I just wanted to see the overview of the world map. Okay, so right here we're going, the last 2 rounds I couldn't see the buffs coming in, so it's pretty close and people are scouting. Both teams are going to fight for this, I'm sure, especially because you would want the if it had the heal buff, the 15% heal. Yeah, Angelique. All right, I don't feel like waiting for this thing to show up, but looks like Blessing Tower held by the Eagle team. Same with the other one. So let's get back to the action. But yeah, there's some serious robots out there, I think. Okay, so down to 40 minutes left. And it looks like we're mostly getting solo attacks. Ether Bunny just got hit again. And down to 600 million. So you won't see too many people healing right now, because they already got the keep, they already got the dragon. Yeah, sure. We can look at the scores. Kartik. So I'll just scroll through this somewhat slow, somewhat quick. And you can see if there's anyone in there you recognize or anyone you were trying to get an update on. Is this L the Great from the game? Yeah, wow, look at that, eh? 2 guys from the same server in first and second place. I assume they are also in the same alliance. Okay, so we should be getting a hit here. He's at 1.7. And now he's at 1. Yeah, that is very impressive, though, from one alliance to have both top spots. How long? So Valeria, someone in the comments, I made a video on Sir Philip the other day. Here it is for anyone who hasn't seen it. That's a video on Sir Philip's. And anyways, their server is about 8 months old. And he has almost 500 million troops in 8 months. Very, very impressive. Awesome. And anyone who wants, you can. If you have questions in game, feel free to add me in the game or just send an email. There, that is how my name is spelt in the game. But you could find it in any of my videos as well. And you could send a friend request. That's all cool. I do have to remove people once in a while, though. It's nothing personal. Just I get a lot of requests, and sometimes I have to send messages in game quickly. And when you have a lot of friends, it's hard to do. So I have to clear it up once in a while. Yeah, so I'm surprised they are not in the same alliance. BK and Top Shot. Usually all the top people get together very quickly and then just kind of terrorize the server for the first few months or half year. And then things kind of calm down. Valeria, you are a fan of what now? Oh, looks like Fox should be getting hit here at 700 million. Schizo is your top server guy. Yeah, my server's top guy is not in the top alliance. The top alliance has very good players, though. But they're newer. They're from my old server. And They just don't have the power level because they haven't been playing for 5 years. But overall, the alliance is deeper and better than the top players' alliance. Yeah, I will. There you go. Thank you, Vorsky. That is. Yeah, I know some people, some of the YouTubers charge money for people to send them messages in game if they want an answer or if they want like a one-on-one training time and some advice. But I don't understand that. I guess if they can do it and make some money off it, great. Good for them. But just watch my videos, ask me to make a video, I'll answer everything. So my server basically decides who is king with we have one top alliance, and they are nice enough to let some other alliances share throne once in a while. So like they have a rotation. The top alliance will take it, and then they'll allow for 2 weeks someone else to take it, and 2 weeks someone else. And then in those weeks, it's totally up to the other alliances to decide who they want to put on throne. But most alliances basically will say, hey, if someone has unlocked Wonder 1, that's our next person. Okay, so people have been asking about this. CCIE 2.8 billion and just got hit with an Archer rally. 2.2 billion now. So this player has level 9 Monarch gear and all ground. And he shows it off. Most people don't show their Monarch gear. But level 9 is very good for this stage. Sir Philip does not share his. Yeah. I've always said when I get mine to 10, I'll start showing it off. I'm almost at 9. So this player with level 9 is very good because I have been playing about 7 or 8 months longer than him. And I'm probably just a couple weeks away from getting level 9 for everything. Yeah, Hopexy, I agree. If you don't got Wonder 1, get to the back of the line. Like, it's possible you can be a very good player and your alliance says, you know what, I think this person's going to get it next. That's what my alliance did for me. I got thrown before I had Wonder 1, but no one in my alliance had Wonder 1 unlocked. And then I ended up unlocking it, I think, like the next weekend. Vorsky, yes, I also believe that Sir Philip has something very, very high for Monarch gear, like level 13 or 14. He definitely has level 12. 12 and 13 are very high levels. Check battle reports. They don't really share them, and sometimes they don't show up. But I can look. So Top Shot here, this is someone, someone's a big fan of him, and Top Shot was the attacker here. And this was a rally though. Let's see what Top Shot's buffs are like. Very good. They are not as good as Sir Philip, but they are very good. Yeah, I agree. The level 16 should be called Sir Philip's gear. Yeah, so some alliances don't have a rotation. And they basically say, tough. If you want throne, join our alliance. Yeah, so DC, that's a way to do it, right? When you have nobody who has it unlocked, you just kind of you're guessing, but you're trying to give it to people who you think will unlock it and use it. Because otherwise, you just have those paper wings just floating and not really doing anything productive because you can't unlock any of the dragons. Yeah, Nick, I don't doubt it. I totally could see Sir Philip having 1400. I just saw 1357 earlier, but his team might not have the Blessing Tower. That's 20%. Maybe he didn't put on a good buff. Okay, let's look at the scoreboard. Yeah, so looks like Team Lion is really pulling away. Let's see what type of power Sir Philip has remaining. I wonder if he could just go out and start soloing people and really make up some of these points. 14.3, so he's lost 4 billion so far, which is just a drop in the bucket for him. Vorsky, yeah. So I have a friend who had that exact same situation happen to him, and he just went to war with them for 4 or 5 months over it. He just stole every boss, tiled, would bump people from tiles, so he'd go beat you to it and send a couple troops just so you'd bounce back. Every annoying, ugly thing you could imagine in the game, he did. He'd hit people during server war. If we were winning, he would go drop bubble and lose. Anything till they finally agreed and gave him his second week on throne. So if you have the resolve and you can, it costs money too, but he did everything it needed to get it. Wow. 50% net positive. So if you have 100 million negative, you need 150 million positive. That's it sounds like they just don't want to share. Like that's a ridiculous rule. Soul Shatter is about to get hit. He is at 1.5 right now. Yeah, so positive in SVS. Yeah, that's a very contentious thing that people like. I believe that if you're winning or losing SVS late, like and the score is predetermined, it doesn't matter. I see nothing wrong with someone just going and getting it and being negative. But obviously, if you're doing it early before you know the result and you cost your server the victory, then yeah, like People are going to be upset. Okay, tourists suck. About to get hit. 900. Okay, so let's see what his score is now. It was 900, now it's 528 power remaining. We can look at the scoreboard. Okay, I'll take a look in the chat. Let's see if there was any. Yeah, okay. Okay, so here's Schizo with an attack. Very nice. 110 to 380 million power swap. Very nice. So it looks like there's still some rallies going on. Let's see if the score has closed at all. Yeah, it looks like it's still going to be a Lion victory pretty easily. Spectating battlefields. You mean so you can spectate right now on your phone as opposed to watching a streamer? Yeah, so it doesn't let me see what. Oh, there it is. We can actually see there. Looks like just a bunch of garbage. Yeah, Angelique, I agree. That would add a lot of lag. But, you know, Top Games makes a lot of money. They can upgrade the servers, I'm sure. I don't know why you hide that, Vorsky. The only, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just a matter of they hide everything, and that just like they put together marches. So like a couple ghost rallies of one for each troop type, and then that was just what was left over. So rather than just leaving it there to die. Yeah, there is a lot of servers now. Karu. Try to see how much power Karu has remaining. I believe Karu got zeroed earlier. Am I wrong on that name? 1.1 billion. So yeah, maybe I was wrong. I thought that was a name that... Cop King. Hello. Yeah, that's true. They used to do server maintenance all the time. And it was excellent if you had your troops out gathering, and then you'd come back from server maintenance, get like 8,000 gems, some resource, and you're already getting resource from your gatherers. Yeah, sure. I can show the scoreboard. I don't know. In terms of what we would want them to improve on. I know one thing that is really talked about amongst the group of people I play with is some sort of actual black market where you could trade with other players. And I don't know what you would trade. Like if you just traded resources, like, hey, I need stone, do you have ore? Or if you could trade anything, be able to trade like a piece of gear or anything like that. So, Papa John, lag while ghosting totally depends on situations. Sometimes there's lots of lag, sometimes there's not. Sometimes I feel lag matters or is determined by how fast you're pressing the button. So you could kind of lag out on your own. I know sometimes in the past I've tried to put a truce on while attacking, and because I pressed it so many times, I got the red circle, and then I had to wait patiently. And I'll tell you, that's not a fun 10-second reload in the game, especially when you're smaller and could actually be zeroed. So got a hog. My server is about 18 or 19 months old. Actually, okay, wait, let me rephrase that. My original server, 136, is about 18 or 19 months old. We have since merged with 2 servers that have been open for 5 to 6 years. So it was a huge disadvantage. And how many alts do I have? Obviously 0, because that is illegal. And you should not be having alts. It's against the terms of service that Evony has put aside for us. But most people my size, I would say, have 4 or 5 alts. Yeah, they finally released that gear, and by my math, it seems like it is a $2,000 piece of gear. I also heard that castle, the keep, the St. Michael's keep, is probably going to be released in a very similar manner, where if you get enough packs, you will end up with that keep at the end. So we'll look at the scoreboard as we're closing into the end. We are now 10 minutes remaining. And so total score at the top, yeah, it looks like 17,000 point lead. Going to be very difficult for Eagles to make that up. Yeah, Picasa, I have seen it, and I got a friend on my server who's Vietnamese to write the player and ask him, because he wouldn't respond to me in English. And the guy basically said, yeah, he's VIP 19, and that's how he got it, just by getting the packs. So, Papa John, I believe Sir Philip lost last time as well. Like, he's won his first 2 rounds of this All-Stars, but I believe last All-Stars. See, and look at this. Sir Philip has changed his keep. He got rid of the big skin. And the reason for that is so he could fit in smaller places, because he's obviously trying to win now and go and get some points for his team. What would you like me to slow down, Shmail? Yeah, Queen Jindiok is so important. I hope you're getting 60 million from each Queen Jindiok a day, not 60 million total, with all your generals added up. Yes, Sir Phillips is getting desperate. He probably... Wow, he's dropped to 5th place. And you would just have to guess with someone like Sir Phillips. He's lost about... Let's check his power right now. It started at 18.1. Last we saw was 14 something. Yeah, so he's lost 4.5 billion power. And it's probably like mostly all archers. So... that would make it very hard for him to go and get points right now unless he healed some. Okay. Just trying to read some of your comments. So it looks like Sir Philip is... Oh, he's doing something there. Got a hog that's big. Yes, I do have one on. It's called Advanced Gathering. So try and look it up. Actually, you know what? Maybe you'll be lucky and I can just grab it for you right now. Yes, I have one right here. It is a little bit long, but so this video right here is on gathering. It is a little long, but you have told us you have a hog that is that big, so you should not mind. Okay, so go all the way down the scores. I can do that. I try and do that all the time. Maybe sometimes there's a delay and then maybe you have some sort of issue or whatever and you don't see the bottom. But every time I pull up Scoreboard, I try and go all the way. So it looks like they rallied Sir Philip. He was at 14.1 and now he's at 13.7. So they did get 400 million off of him. I guess that, yeah, they're still up 21 million points. So probably not in danger. Oh, they're going to keep rallying. Oh, that's weird. That must have been some kind of mistake to take me there, but looks like they're going to keep rallying Sir Philip. So let's keep an eye on that. I agree, if you got this sort of lead, why not? Okay, so okay, let's see. There's a defense 1 by Ether Bunny. Yeah, so they came at her with probably probably mounted troops. Yeah, it looks like 18,000 points. Going to be very hard to make up. So 3 more minutes. Yeah, they did very well, Hope. I totally thought that Sir Philip's team was just going to crush everybody. So JMZ17, are you saying you want to feed the general to the dragon or his gear to the dragon? Okay, so final 2 minutes. So Karu got hit again, but it looks like there's only about 3 or 4 people in that rally. I think it's pretty much done now. So there is 1 minute to go, and I don't think anything drastic is going to happen here. Yeah, seems like people are cheering against Philip. I'm neutral. I don't have any position about who could or should win. If Philip won or lost, whatever. I just wanted to see actual reports on him, and it looks like we did get some, so that was what I wanted. I agree, Klein, that size is not a guarantee to win. It's actually better to be one of the mediocre sized players, so people hit you over and over trying to zero you or get points off you, and you just keep healing, and that's where you would advance. Yeah, your defensive part isn't going to be there unless you could do a port swap or what. Okay, so let's look at the final standings and then we'll shut her down. Okay, so looks like Team Lion came out victorious. Philip ended up in second place. So I'm going to shut down the stream here, guys. It is very late. It's 3 a.m. and I cannot wait to just go into bed. So thank you for subscribing. Feel free to add me in the game. And any questions you have, send them over. So Bang Gang, I think the prizes, the gifts that you get, can be randomized. It's not always 100 gems. I think it could be it's speed ups, a couple other things like that. But all of the IDs that you guys put in the things, I will look them over tomorrow and send them all into Evony, and hopefully you guys get some gifts. All right, thank you too for your kind words, Valerie. Looking forward to your friend edition in the game. And same to everyone there. And check out the website above my name, lena.b. It will help you out with different category calculators in the game, debuffs and